hair was so bad for the state. It made the state look really bad. The hair expert got in and he led evidence, and he said that there was hair grasped in Marilee's hand that must have been forcefully removed, and it resembled Henry's hair. One of the most obvious points which he conceded was that the length of the hair. So Advocate Breda then produced a photograph where he enhanced Marilee's hand, and the hair was intertwined in her fingers and running across her palm, like the way she was opened her hand in the photograph. And he said, well, obviously, he said, how long do you think that hair is? And then he shows a picture of Henry on the day. How long would you say my client's hair is? 3 centimeters. So would it be safe to assume that there's no chance that hair could belong to my client? Yes. He also said I was objective in my test. I didn't know the identity of the specimens I was looking at, because his test is a subjective test. He looks under a microscope at hair and he finds resemblances between 2 pieces of hair. So there's nothing really scientific about it. It's not like fingerprints analysis where there is an objective test that everybody uses. He'll look at the color, he'll look at the thickness, he'll look at the density, but it's all, he decides if it's dense, he decides if it's thick. So that's how he does that comparison. So it's very, very subjective. The defense said to him, were any roots found on any hairs on the crime scene? He said, yes, they did find roots. If there's roots, can you do DNA tests? Yes, you can. Did they do DNA tests? Yes, they did. We haven't seen any DNA tests. They don't need to use evidence that they don't want to use. And another thing, he said that he only found hairs from family members on the crime scene. And then it subsequently turned out that there were unknown hairs found on the crime scene, but he didn't feel that it was necessary to expressly disclose that in his report. He thought it was implied when he said some of the hairs in Exhibit 14 were that of the family members. And Judge Desai actually said, as a police official, do you think it was correct not to expressly disclose that? And he said, I don't think I needed to disclose that. So that made him look very bad. And Advocate Breda noted that he is going to use that in argument, that this expert witness was trying to mislead the court. So that it doesn't look good for the state. For live updates from court as this trial unfolds, follow me on Twitter. My handle is @TraceyAMS.